everyone, welcome to Shoes Vault. Fashion is my priority, please subscribe. I still remember the summer afternoon when my feet finally told me, loud and clear, enough is enough. It was a bright Saturday, the kind where you just know the breeze will feel like silk against your skin. I had dressed up for a small get-together with some friends I hadn't seen in years. My dress felt perfect, my smile was ready, and my steps were about to teach me a lesson. By the time I got to the little cafe, I was already walking more on determination than comfort. I sat down, crossed my legs, and realized my feet were throbbing as if I had just run a marathon. I tried to hide the discomfort, but I couldn't stop shifting around in my seat. And then, in that moment, I realized something. Our shoes are more than just something we put on before we leave the house. They carry us through every moment of our day, and when they're wrong, the whole day feels wrong. That night, I made myself a promise. Never again would I trade comfort for style. But as it turned out, I didn't have to choose. I could have both. And today, I want to share with you how finding truly comfortable shoes can transform not just the way your feet feel, but the way you carry yourself, the way you enjoy your day, and even the way you see yourself in the mirror. Before we dive in, my dear friend, if you enjoy conversations like this full of tips, stories, and little secrets to make your life just a bit more comfortable and joyful, please take a moment to subscribe. That way, you won't miss the next time we sit down for a heart-to-heart like this. Now, let's talk about what comfortable shoes really mean, especially for women who've lived a little, danced a little, and maybe walked a few too many miles in less than kind footwear. Your feet are wise. They've carried you through decades of adventures, raising families, building careers, traveling, celebrating milestones, and enjoying quiet days at home. But like the rest of our body, they change over time. They might be a little wider now, a little more sensitive in certain spots, or perhaps more particular about how much they're willing to bend and flex. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is that comfort starts not in the shoe store, but in paying attention to what our feet are asking for. Do they need more room at the front? Do they swell a bit by afternoon? Do certain materials make them itch or feel hot? Once you start noticing, you'll realize your feet have been sending you hints for years. There's something incredibly powerful about walking into a room without thinking about your feet even once. When you're comfortable, you carry yourself differently. Your posture improves, your stride is more natural, and there's a lightness to your step that says, I'm here and I feel good. I've seen friends who, after switching to more comfortable shoes, suddenly seemed 5 years younger, not because of the shoes themselves, but because they were moving with ease. There's no awkward shifting, no subtle grimace when they sit down, no discreet little foot stretch under the table, just pure, effortless presence. There was a time when we believed that comfortable shoes had to look a certain way, plain, bulky, or sensible in the not-so-flattering sense of the word. But fashion has caught up with reality. Today, designers know that women want to look elegant without sacrificing their well-being. The beauty is, you can now find shoes that look just as good as they feel. Think of it this way, a truly good shoe should disappear from your thoughts the moment you put it on. You shouldn't be counting the minutes until you can take it off. Instead, it should make you feel supported, balanced, and ready for whatever the day brings, whether that's walking through a market, standing at a party, or exploring a new city on vacation. The fabric or leather touching your skin makes a world of difference. I once owned a pair that looked perfect, but after just an hour, my feet felt like they were wrapped in a sauna. The material was stiff, unbreathable, and completely unforgiving. That's when I learned to pay attention to how shoes feel before I even take my first step in them. Breathable, soft, and flexible materials are essential. They let your skin breathe, adapt to your foot's movement, and prevent the unpleasant overheated feeling. And let's be honest, when your feet are cool and comfortable, your whole mood changes. A shoe that's too tight will pinch, rub, and leave you with sore spots. One that's too loose will have you sliding around, creating blisters and making every step feel uncertain. Proper fit isn't just about the number on the box, it's about how the shoe feels in motion. Here's a little tip. Always try on shoes in the afternoon or evening when your feet are at their largest. We all know our feet swell a little during the day, and buying shoes that only fit in the morning is a recipe for discomfort later on. Over the years, our arches may flatten, our joints may become a little more delicate, and our balance might shift. Good shoes should work with these changes, not against them. They should give you a steady foundation, like a reliable friend holding your hand when the ground gets uneven. I remember taking a walk with my sister one afternoon. She had on a pair that gave her no support at all, and by the time we got back, she was rubbing her lower back and wincing. She switched to a pair with better support the next day, and it was like night and day. No back pain, no stiffness, just an easy, pleasant walk. You know you found the right pair when you put them on in the morning, and by bedtime, you realize you haven't thought about your feet once. That's the magic of True Comfort. It lets you focus on the people you're with, the places you're visiting, and the moments you're enjoying, rather than silently counting down to the moment you can slip them off. I've worn some shoes that felt fine at first but became unbearable halfway through the day. Now, I test new pairs by wearing them around the house for an hour or two. If I forget they're on, they pass the test. A little extra care for lasting comfort. Sometimes, comfort isn't just about the shoes themselves, but how we treat them and our feet. Keeping your feet moisturized, trimming nails properly, and wearing the right socks or no socks, depending on the design, can make a surprising difference. And don't forget, shoes need care, too. A well-maintained pair will keep its shape, softness, and support much longer than one that's neglected. Here are my pro tips on how you can spot a truly comfortable shoe before it starts hurting your feet. I'll keep it practical and clear. 1. Test the flexibility. Hold the shoe at both ends and gently bend it. It should flex at the ball of the foot, not in the middle. If it's too stiff, your feet will have to do all the work. If it bends too much, it may not support you. 2. Check the weight. 3. Try them later in the day. 4. Look for enough toe room. 5. Walk.